Hey guys, what's going on? SpitBrix here, back for another LEGO Ninjago movie video. In this video, I'll be comparing the LEGO Ninjago movie sets to the first trailer for the movie. It's really interesting to see the differences between the actual movie and the sets from the brick built to the animated, so be sure to stick around for the whole entire video. Alright guys, so today I'm going to be comparing the LEGO Ninjago movie sets to the trailer that we have gotten. Now if you guys are not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you guys are updated whenever any new action comes out. Let's go ahead and check out the first set on this list, which is the Destiny's Bounty. Over on the left throughout this whole entire video you will see the set box, and then over on the right you will see the image of that set in the trailer. Keep in mind this is from the first trailer of the LEGO Ninjago movie. We have not gotten the second one yet as of the time of this video. So first up is the Destiny's Bounty, set number 70618. You can see all those lanterns that are in the actual set all lit up in the animated movie version, which is quite cool since you can see the brick-built lanterns over on the left set right there. However, it does appear that there are way more lanterns on the movie side than there is on the set side. Other than that, you can see that we do have the regular 3 masts with the incredible details on them, as well as even the little mast in the very back of the ship. So great job to the animators getting that exactly right. Even the little canopy roof over on the top of the build is there as well. Overall, a great job. Obviously, you can kind of see the 2 dragon heads on the very front of it in the movie version, and of course there's way more details here on the brick built version because LEGO is able to do that. But then again, this is a night scene, and maybe in the daylight in the movie we'll be able to see a bit more. Next up is the Green Ninja Mech Dragon set 70612. And this is probably one of the closest resemblance between the set and the movie that there is throughout this line. You can see that the movie designers really did a great job animating the little bricks for the scales for this dragon, and obviously this dragon is not living, it is a mech dragon. So it's basically like a robot, which I think is really cool. One thing to note is obviously this dragon does not have any wings, which is really interesting. LEGO really went back to the cultural aspects of dragons, kind of where Ninjago sort of takes place. It looks like the animated movie version has a few more spikes along its tail, those long black ones, and is lacking that magenta tongue that you can see on the set there. That's a really interesting colored tongue for the dragon. But then again, this movie is fiction, so I guess it can be whatever color LEGO chooses it to be. Next up is set number 70615. This is the Fire Mech set. This set is a huge mech, and in the movie they did a pretty good job of representing it in its brick-built form. I really like the blockiness of it. Looks really cool. Obviously there's no fire shooting out in this image, but this is the clearest image that we have that you can see all the different parts of it. What's interesting is the cockpit is quite different on either of them. You can see it's a bit more stretched out over on the movie version. And the number 21 that's under Kai's cockpit is actually like scrunched up in the movie version, which is kind of interesting. You can definitely see a difference there, as well as the shoulders. That like shoulder armor there looks a bit different between this set and the movie. Once again, a pretty cool looking mech, and I'm really excited to see this in the actual movie. Next up is Nia's Water Strider, set number 70611, and this one is probably one of the more unique ones between the set and the trailer, because of course you can see a lot of this transparent kind of turquoise green color over on the movie, and in the set it's a lot of light blue pieces. So this might just be the lighting as of the time. As you can see, it's pretty much cloud cover, kind of dusk at the time of this trailer. But then again, that is a pretty big difference. Of course, you can see the legs seem to be able to bend up a bit more than the set appears to be able to. Who knows, maybe it really can bend like that, but it doesn't really appear that it really can. But other than the color differences here, the cockpit looks very similar, and overall the actual build looks very similar as well. The animators even got that flag that's all the way in the back, which is really cool, so great job for them. Next up is set number 70614. This is the Lightning Jet set, and in the trailer we only really saw Jay's vehicle from afar, but if you zoom in on one of the scenes, not only can you see a bit of Nia's Water Strider, but you can also see Jay's Lightning Jet. Now what's really interesting to me is look how many spikes are on the wings of Jay's lightning jet over on the right. That's a lot more spikes than there are on the actual brick-built version. Then again, if LEGO put that many little antenna pieces onto the side of those wings, it would look absolutely horrendous. So I can definitely see why they did not include that, but that's a very large difference. As well as those couple lights on the front of it are very different as well. We don't really see that on the box here. However, we do see the two on the very back tips of the blue wings back there. Those are present on the build, but I do really find it interesting how many spikes this lightning jet has in this upcoming movie. Next up is the Flying Jelly subset, set number 70610. And this is probably another one of the ones we saw a lot in the trailer. Over on the right there, you can see it's being driven by the Crab Warrior, not the Shark Warrior as you can see in the set. However, of course, these are just vehicles in Garmadon's army, and they can be driven or flew by any of the different warriors. So that's a bit interesting there. Propellers are actually flipped around because it's not hovering in midair, it's going down the street instead. And you can see the lights on the very front of the build are actually a bit farther away on the set than it is in the movie. So that's a bit of a difference there. But other than that, once again, animators did a great job representing this in the movie. Next up is set number 70616. This is the Ice Tank, which is Zane's main vehicle for this upcoming movie. This is a very large tank. The whole entire set has to do with this tank, and all the pieces go into it as well. It's an absolute beast, and you can see that the LEGO designers really did create a very large vehicle, both in the set and then of course animated over. The only difference that I really see from the set to the animation is the side of the cockpit looks like it's missing a few pieces over on the movie side, where it looks like there's a few more pieces that should have been added there if you look at the side from the set then to the animation. But other than that, they got all the treads right, even the little lights underneath the cockpit, and the nice transparent blue on the side of the tank. Overall, great job replicating this ice tank into the movie. Next up is set number 70609, the Manta Ray Bomber, and we got to see this set a lot in the trailer as all of them were flying into Ninjago City as well as in a few other scenes. However, I picked this scene because you can definitely see the top of these Manta Ray Bombers and also see a few details that you can't really see here on the box. So this is pretty interesting. You can see we have that little rescue boat that sits on top of the Manta Ray Bomber, which can shoot out if it ever lands in water. Now, as for the actual design, the Manta Ray Bomber is pretty simplistic, so it did transfer over very well to the movie side, and I think this is another one of the very accurate ones. And even the little flaps at the very end of the wings were included, and basically all the details, including those little studs up that kind of look like the eyes for the Manta Ray. Next up is the Master Falls set, set number 70608. Now, we didn't really get a look of this in the first trailer. However, we did get to see Jungle Garmadon and Wu fight it out, and so that is basically the only similarity that we could find between this set and the first trailer. But if we look at the minifigures, you can see that the minifigures are practically identical to the ones that we get in the set, which is great to see. We don't want to see any minifigures in sets that are different in the movie. That would just be crazy. Next up is the Ninjago City Chase set, set number 70607. And once again, we didn't really get an actual look at this set in the first trailer, but we did get to see a bit of the city's landscape. Over on the right there, you can see Ninjago City. Looks really cool, very industrialized, but you can see that we do have a police car, which I thought was really interesting that that police car does not look like the one that's in the set. However, of course, the one in the set really doesn't look like a police car, more like a police vehicle for them to get around in smaller places. So I guess maybe there's a difference there, but I did want to include this image for this contrast just to see the different police vehicles. And other than that, you can see a bit of the writing that's also expressed in the Ninjago City Chase set on a few billboards in the one on the right. But overall, pretty interesting, but this is about all that we got in the trailer. Now, as far as the 5 sets you see in front of you right now, which include the Temple of the Ultimate Weapon, the very large Ninjago City set, the Garma Mecha Man set, Spinjitzu Training, as well as Shark Attack, which is the LEGO Juniors Ninjago movie set. For these 5 sets in front of you right now, we really didn't get a good look at them in the first trailer. Maybe in the second trailer we'll see some of these sets, and then of course in the movie we definitely will. So there isn't really much to talk about these sets since they weren't really in the trailer. And that's gonna wrap up my video overviewing the sets versus the trailer for the upcoming LEGO Ninjago movie. If you guys are excited for this movie, be sure to drop a like rating down below and comment any video suggestions you may have. I'm very curious to see your guys' opinions on this upcoming movie. I think it's gonna be a super awesome movie, gonna have a lot of dramatic scenes, and overall should be pretty successful. And so that's gonna pretty much do it for this video. I'm SpitBrix. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys are new, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you guys are notified whenever I post another LEGO Ninjago movie video. And as always, I'll see you guys next video coming very soon. Be sure to check out some of my other LEGO Ninjago content on my channel. I do a whole bunch of other videos, so be sure to check those out. And I'll see you guys later.